Okay, I think we're going to kick off. So I know some of you can't stay for the whole session, so I'm going to come to you first, perhaps. We'll randomly dart around in terms of spaces and days, but the whole idea, following on from what was quite a successful preview session that we did last year for Campout, is just to give you an opportunity to talk for up to 3 minutes on your session. So, Cliff, I know you've got to leave fairly early today. Do you want to go first? And you've got two sessions, so
Oh dear. Um, hmm. So one of them is about what might revolution look like in, well, actually, I thought about the title months and months ago. So it was 2026, but actually I wonder it should be 2025. Lots of stuff at Camp Out is about personal change and transformation. And not a lot of it is about politics. So most of us shy away from politics. But it's how people collectively take decisions. And it's in need of radical transformation on a global scale as every other aspect of human existence. So a session of inquiry. There won't be any answers, but there'll be some questions, and much more of a conversation and a sharing about what comes up in response to the word and the thoughts and feelings people have around radical change at a political level. So that's one session. And Pete, the other session is the assembly. So we did a session last year, which I think went very well. It was very well received in deliberative democracy, where everyone had a chance to participate in the sharing of thoughts and ideas to generate some shared learnings for the whole group. And this year we're doing it again. And this year, the theme will be around what next for Campout. But an opportunity for everyone who's attending to influence and help steer where it might go in the future. And I think that probably is about enough of those two, unless there's any particular questions. Or Pete, unless you want to prod something which I've completely forgotten about.
I think you've covered the basics there, Cliff.
Good.
I think while each person's speaking, if there are any burning questions people want to ask, if you could stick a digital hand up, that would be good. In terms of timing, I think you're on a Friday for the Revolution session and Saturday for the Future of Camp Out People's Assembly. Do you want to say a bit more about the difference between a People's Assembly and a Citizens' Assembly? Because quite a few people ask me that.
Okay, I could do. A citizens' assembly is a concept based on sortition. That's how juries are selected. There's been some development of the idea, and so citizens' assemblies tend to be drawn from those who are eligible to vote in a country and drawn by lot, but then adjusted to match the demographic. So gender and ethnicity and so on reflect the overall population. Then that group is seen as a non-elected representative body of the population. In contrast, the People's Assembly uses some of the same techniques for how things are discussed, but is actually open to anyone who's drawn to it. So a self-selecting group of people. Still very much in a spirit of listening to all voices and reaching recommendations that resonate with everyone present. So in that spirit, I'll stop there.
Thank you very much, Cliff. Jamie, would you like to go next?
Hi everyone. Look at us all. We're all so fucking old. Especially Julia. Just kidding. I was thinking about you the other day, Julia, because I got Praying for the Rain staying with me this week. Unbelievably. Friends that we all used to play music together 30 years ago. Love that. Hi. I had to double check what I'm doing. I've seen on the festival flyer now, Intimacy Shadows, and I guess what that means, all the things I like to do when we're in a sort of presenting group playing environment are something to do with shadows. and something to do with intimacy, something to do with about peeling up the corner and looking behind the accustomed curtains consensually. And you know, living a life that is much less about the shop window and the brochure we present of ourselves. I know none of our egos want to let go of the control on how we're perceived and how people see us and how we present ourselves. It's obviously massive, and it's growing with all the Instagram filters. But I think I'm going to dogmatically decide that we all agree that the times where we meet behind those masks, the times where we meet in more authenticity, the times where we are not so egoically protecting how we're seen and the brochure in the shop window, we have a better time. We have a more rich, fulfilling, what life's all about time. So my little exploration and presentation will be exploring the safe and enjoyable way to be more real and therefore more intimate with each other and dissolve some of the shadows in the way.
Thank you. And continuing on the shadows theme, we've actually got another session on the Saturday with shadow in the title, which is Zelda Dancing with the Shadow. So if you want to read more on that, I've posted the link to the full program, which has also got all the bios and some wonderful pictures of us all, or some of us. Thanks, Jamie. Oh, who shall we pick next? If anyone wants to go next, because they're shooting off or they're desperate to talk, stick your hand up digitally or manually. Otherwise, I'll just pick someone randomly. Julia, you were mentioned by Jamie. Do you want to, obviously, praying for the rain? We've had plenty of rain today. So would you like to go next?
Well, we could go together, Pete.
We could. Should we do that?
What are we doing?
I think we're doing a session. Are you calling it Song Space? Is your concept?
Well, it's kind of a song space, but it's kind of well, I guess we're going to share some songs that we can all sing together. And I mean, I have a way of just getting people to sing instantly. That's kind of, I do sing-alongs. That's my thing. So we'll certainly be singing along. And but Pete, we're gonna learn a couple of your songs, three of your songs a week.
I'm really excited about that. Yeah, last year we did, Gitika led the session that we did on the Saturday. And it was really thrilling, actually, to hear the songs we'd just written together being sung in community. So, and later around the fire. And then we did Bubble of Love as the Sunday finale, I think, which was, you were sort of leading that.
Yeah, incidentally. But this time, I think it would be really nice to learn a song that we will be singing so that whoever's leading it on the closing circle can lead something that everyone knows and they know it as well. That will really help. But yeah, it was great. Last year was great. The whole thing was great. I mean, I took part in that session and it was really nice. The songs were in parts and everyone was singing along. And I mean, I love the idea that you're creating songs for community to sing together again, which is kind of what Song Space has always been about. Because people need to sing. They just need to sing. So yeah, come and find your voice and sing along and lose all your inhibitions. No one can, especially if you can't sing, come and sing. That's what I say. Or if someone ever told you that you couldn't sing, come and sing. So and we'll find a place for your voice in it.
Yeah. Community choir singing is what it's all about, for me anyway, at the moment. And there'll be a lot of that on the album. So if you want to read and hear more, there's a couple of videos, the one we showed as you were coming into the meeting and another one. tinyurl.com/thisisthefire.
This is the fire we gather round, joining together on common ground. That one.
That's the one.
Definitely doing that one. And the chorus just goes, fire, 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 ooh.
Ooh, yes.
So yeah, we're gonna make some noise.
This is the fire to gather round, standing together on common ground, sharing the beacon, we light our lands, joining our hearts, we join our hands.
Yeah, see you there. Can't wait.
Can't wait. Thank you, Julia. Julie La.
Julie La,
Julie La.
at your service.
And
Owen.
as well as singing, we'll be dancing as well. Miranda, do you want to come in here and tell us how we'll be moving? Keep it embodied.
Yeah, singing, yes, but also letting the body join in. So I'll be 5 rhythm sessions Saturday afternoon, is it?
I believe so.
Julia gets people singing, I get people moving, and I get the non-dancers moving. And 5 rhythms, doesn't really matter what it's called. You'll start somewhere, you'll end somewhere else, and at the end, hopefully, everybody feels a little bit more connected. A few of those masks have dropped off in their bodies. It's going to help with the singing, surely. And that's it, really. Dancing's my thing. I'll be just dancing my way around the camp.
You're a woman of many talents. You're a yoga teacher as well.
Yeah, that would be a bit of a busman's holiday. That's my day job, is teaching yoga. And then 5 rhythms is my sort of extending into sort of more challenging things. So yeah. Somebody else is doing yoga, aren't they?
Yeah, we do have Karen John coming along to do some yoga.
Karen John from Malvern.
I believe so, yes.
Everyone I know her, and I know Julia.
And actually, I'll just say Miranda plays really, really cool music as well.
Of course.
So you won't be able to
sort of hit the mark with us as a generation. I mean, we're all about the same. We've all been through the same history musically, probably. So I can't help myself, but in there, just to get everybody connecting, there will be the odd, dare I say it, 90s something in amongst the world beats. So yeah, you'll move. You cannot but not move.
Andreas, you're coming over to join us from Austria, I believe.
Yes, I will. Yes, I will. So my topic is peace building and how we are able to influence that. So my background is that I've worked for roughly 15, 18 years with NGOs. And I was working as a coordinator to coordinate emergency missions in conflict zones. So I did that for NGOs like Doctors Without Borders or SOS Children's Villages. And my issue when being deployed in countries like Sudan, South Sudan, Somalia, Iraq, Afghanistan, Syria, Ukraine, etc., was that as a humanitarian aid worker, you cannot talk about who are the good, who are the bad, and who are the real uglies in the game, because you have a convention, a Geneva Convention, which give you a frame that protects you on the one hand, but limits you in talking about what you see, because you have to be neutral and impartial. That's what you do. And you should save lives and alleviate the suffering of people, but don't talk about it, about political issues. That's what you get trained from the beginning. And I left the NGO world a couple of years ago, so let's say 4 years ago, into my first Corona lockdown. And then I started to put together a concept for a company, a social business with the name Peace Eye, where I used the technology that I used to analyze the situation on the ground, so mainly satellite images and different sources of information. And I combine it now with the voice of the people from the ground, because the people in Sudan, in South Sudan, every village above 2,000 inhabitants has a GSM tower. They have no running water, they have no electricity, they have no sanitation system, but they have GSM towers and they have the same mobile phones that we have. So we can do a lot together. And I sensed also with all the conflicts and the so-called fake news and issues of what can I believe, or how does the life look like in a conflict zone. And then as I spent in total more than 3 years in conflict zones on the ground, I have a bit of an experience on that, and I want to share that with people. And I want to discuss this issue of what can we do, whether in Britain, Austria, or elsewhere, but not in the conflict zone, to support the people on the ground or to have impact. That is something I want to share, and I also would like to be also open to talk about things that you can't read in newspapers or in the communiques of NGOs in their PR. Some realities which are at least what I've sensed over the last years and month, especially with the conflicts uprising. A lot of people have interest. So, and yeah, I'm very interested to learn about the ideas other people have, and it's I think we can do things, and there are a lot of things we can discuss and watch out for, and yeah, that's hopefully also interesting for others. And yeah, I'm really looking forward. I have never been to a Campout festival. I've been to some big chills in the past, but that's certainly something different. And I'm happy to be part of it.
Thank you. Any more questions to Andreas before we move on? It's quite a big and really important subject, I think. Nothing more important than alternatives to war at the moment. So thank you. We're really privileged to have you joining us. Poppy, you're back after a successful Sunday session last year. How are things with you?
Hi, thanks. Yes, I am back again at Campout, which I'm really looking forward to. I had such a lovely time last year, and it's nice to see folks who were there who I met before. Yeah, so I'll be doing another family constellation session on the Sunday at 11:45 upstairs in the sleeve, which is where I did it for at the same time, I believe. That's what I asked for, so that's great. I got it. For those who don't know, which maybe you all do, family constellations is it's so funny because when I train facilitators and they have 3 minutes to say what family constellations is without repeating the person before. So this is my challenge now. I suppose I'll talk more really about what I'm going to do. So in the workshop, I will talk about what family constellations is, but I prefer not to talk too much because essentially it's an embodied practice where you use your body as an instrument really of your soul. So things come through your body that are unconscious and relate to the people who gave you your body, so your ancestors and the people who gave, who passed on life. So life comes to you through your parents and their parents and so on all the way back. And all of these unconscious things that our ancestors passed down to us are carried in these bodies. So we use these bodies in a family constellation session really to disentangle the things that we're carrying for past generations that are really not ours to carry. So constellations is a lot about orders and the right order of things. And one of the problems with traumas is that things go out of order. And a trauma could be someone dying young, or war, emigration, some of the things that have already been mentioned, colonialism, children being given away, family secrets. All of these things impact on the orders in our family. And so we may feel like we either don't belong or we're somehow in the wrong place. So yeah, that's all quite abstract, but the workshop itself will give you a chance to represent a family member and also to be the client. So you will get to set up a member of your family and see how that is for you in your body. And you as someone else's family member will get to tap into your body, knowing nothing about the other person, and be amazed by what information you can receive. It's incredible stuff, and it's very real as well, and very grounded, as well as being extremely creative. So my aim is to give that kind of, it's only an introductory workshop. I won't be doing full constellation, but you'll be welcome to come get a taster and see if you want to do more. And then I'm hoping to close with probably a little ritual to just resource everyone to send them on their way home, which will be happening soon after then the workshop and the closing circle. So yeah, hope you'll join me.
Thank you very much. I was very lucky to be at a full day of your constellation in Paros last November, and it was powerful stuff. So definitely recommended. Thank you. Lizi, we're having some interesting things for the opening ceremony. Do you want to talk about what you've got lined up there?
Yeah. Well, first of all, I want to say I'm just so excited to be with you guys, and now actually seeing some of you, I'm even more excited hearing what everyone else is doing. Yeah, so I love gathering people in general outside barefoot, because I'm a huge earthing advocate, and earthing has completely altered my life in the last 5 years, and I'm on a bit of a mission to tell everybody about earthing. And I felt the way I could do that is through ceremony and through co-creation. As an artist, I like to bring people together and to make something, because when we make something, we feel like we're part of that creative process, and humans love creating, right? And being in the flow state. So I created something a few years ago called the Earthing Ceremony, and we will all be barefoot, and we're all going to come together as a beautiful tribe and co-create something natural and temporary. It will look kind of like a mandala. I mean, they always look different every time I do them. They always end up beautiful and stunning, just like all the people who are putting their pieces down. And we open up to our senses, and I will bring beautiful herbs, and we'll be smelling them and touching them and looking at them before we place them. So it's about coming into that wider consciousness, but together as a tribe. So I'm so excited that I'm part of the opening of this festival, because that's my mission really, in general, to bring people together in love and creation. So to open and to set the tone of the circle going forward is really exciting for me. So thank you for putting me on the first bit. And then I think it's on the Saturday, I'm in the tent, the Eros tent. It sounds really exciting to me to be in there. And I'm going to bring my beautiful gong, and I'm going to play some sacred sounds I've got Tibetan bowls as well, and I play my spirit flute. And I'm just, my intention for that space is to really just get people to come in and deeply, deeply relax in an embodied sense. So when I play the gong, I feel like I open a portal. I never really know how it's going to go because I play very intuitively. And time and thought forms, just dissipate and disappear, and we just go in, we drop in really deeply into a cellular relaxation. So my intention for that is just to create a beautiful moment of peace in that tent.
Thank you very much. Yeah. And yeah, I think the opening ceremony about blessing the land, it seems very appropriate.
Yeah, with our bare feet, we'll be very deeply connected to that piece of land as well. Yeah, 100%. It's very important to me. Yeah.
And it really is a stunning setting there at Three Pools. We were there doing a preparatory meeting last week in the heat, and it was fantastic. Talking about Eros Rising, Jacinta, you've only just joined us, and it's great that you're coming in with your twin sister Samantha. Do you want to talk a little bit about what both of you are doing?
Hi, yeah, I'm Jacinta. I've never met any of you before, so it's nice to meet you. I'll be with my sister Samantha and in the Eros tent, and we will be sharing conscious connected breathwork. I'm sure you all know what breathwork is. It's a deep connected breathing technique with no pause on the inhale and no pause on the exhale, and this allows our body to open up to more life force energy, and it helps us to clear emotional blockages and thoughts and things that we're holding on to that is having a negative impact on our lives. And because we're in the Eros tent, we're going to do a special like heart opening breath work. So deliberately, like, we all go through our lives and, experience hurts and stuff and, tend to shut down or avoid situations. And as we get older, we tend to sort of isolate ourselves a bit more and, become a bit more distrustful of people. So this will be specifically like to allow us to sort of break down some of that armoring and guarding that we've accumulated through our hurts. And so the intention is to like open up and just allow ourselves to connect and be more loving and open and vulnerable with people. So yeah, I hope you all come and enjoy it with us.
Thanks very much. Andy, do you want to talk to us about kinesiology?
Hi, everybody. Hiya. First of all, thanks, Pete, for inviting me to come along to Campout and have the opportunity to share my passion, which is really just to help recognise that everything's okay with us all. And I work as a kinesiologist, and I've had a sort of quite a lot of experience now in just sort of helping run workshops and other things and sessions where we can use kinesiology, which is just muscle response testing. It's tapping into our chi, and we can do that within the workshop. I'll show how that works. And then using verbal statements, which is a really useful technique that I've learned. I would invite people to say things like, I have a safe place inside. And 99% of people will weaken. Their chi will drop when they say the statement, I have a safe place inside. And because we can often tell ourselves how safe we feel, but and we are, the irony is that we are actually safe. That's the luckiness that I have, is that I've had experiences where I know that we are actually safe and that we are not guilty. We can have as much joy and pleasure and whatever that we want. So that's really what I'll be doing, is running a workshop which will touch on some of those sort of baseline things around who we are, our names as well. I've done a lot of work now on when we say our names, people will typically weaken. The chi will drop off, or conversely, go overload the system. And because often our names are things that we haven't chosen ourselves. They've been given to us, and our names are full of different things, expectations, maybe an uncle that was good, bad, or indifferent, or whatever it is. And again, 99% of people will weaken with their name, and so we can do certain things in terms of healing to sort of to clarify all that. So when we do the healing collectively, and again it's collective, we can then restate those statements and hear the truth and the reality that our name is what it is, and that we are safe, and that we are whatever it is. So bring your own, whatever it is you want to work on. It's a dynamic thing. I've learned to sort of just let go and trust. Why am I trusting? I use a lot of why statements. Why am I trusting? So I don't really have any plan other than just sharing that and inviting people to come along and just experiencing a bit of that. That's it. I don't know when I'm on or where, but I'm looking forward to meeting people and sort of just finding out a bit more about what the whole thing's about. That's it.
I'm just looking through the schedule now to see when you're on. You're on Sleeve Upstairs on Friday afternoon, 6 to 7 at the moment.
Cool. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Andy. James, you're with us. Good to see you. Do you want to talk a little bit more about the Eros Rising and what's coming through there? We haven't had a chance to do a final meeting yet on Eros Rising before totally agreeing the schedule, so there's a bit of a disclaimer going out there.
Sure, yeah. Hi, everybody. Yeah, thank you for that. I am James. I'm helping out with the Eros space. I've just made some notes. I've just actually spoken to Stevie, who held the space last year, an hour or so ago. So we just clarified some experiences and expectations. So basically, for me, it's around consensual touch and co-creating intimacy together and dropping the mask, kind of de-armoring, using some breath work. I'm also a qualified breathwork coach. I'm co-facilitating a cuddle workshop with Lee, which is a consensual space, perhaps some eye gazing, some gentle stroking with permission, some gentle massage techniques, moving into closer proximity, physical proximity together. So kind of settling the nervous system, regulating the nervous system, de-armoring, moving into more spaciousness together. There's also the possibility of a group massage exchange. I do practice some massage practice myself. And one thing I want to talk through with you is the potential of the liquid love session. There's some practicalities I want to engage with that. So those are my suggestions and offerings at present for the Eros space. I'm looking forward to meeting you all. This kind of humanizes it for me, the chance to hear people and see people, and some really rich, beautiful offerings here already. Thank you. That's me for now.
Thank you very much. Yeah, the Eros Rising was very popular. In fact, so popular I couldn't get into any of the sessions. I think I was too late to put my name down on any of them. So this year I intend to be at least at one of the sessions. Who shall we go with next? Nicola, opera for the people. Let's switch into some musical mode. How are things with you?
Hiya, everyone. I am. I want to see myself properly. I can only see myself on a little screen. How do I do that? Feels weird to. Anyway, I'll just carry on. So I am a trained opera singer, and my thing is that I share my story because it's usually linked to being quite posh, which bugs me. And I'm from a really poor working class background and was given free singing lessons. So, and then ended up singing in top opera houses around Europe and the UK for 10 years, and then left it all to sing on the streets and bring opera and crossover music to everyday people. And that gave me a lot more pleasure than singing in the opera house system. So I've left all that behind, and it's just about connecting. It really is, and I just give the audience a song menu, let them choose the songs that they'd like me to sing. There's popular opera, there's popular classical, there's some musicals, and there's a Pavarotti pop section. And then I just share stories, the places I've been, some things I've done, funny stories. But it's just to kind of, I know what my mission is in life, and it's just connecting with people through music, bringing an energy through, and it's just my mission. And I'm really, really busy doing it. I'm in my own lane. I refuse to sell my soul to the system. And I'm just creating things how I want them to be. And it's cutting out all the middleman and the kind of bullshit that's linked to the music profession. So, and I'm, very northern, and that's it really. So I'm looking forward to singing for everyone and being part of it, and also doing some other things as well. It's a shame though, because the kinesiology guy, Andy, I think you clashed with my session, and I listened to that. I thought, oh, I really want to go to that, and I can't. So yeah, it'll be good to meet everyone. My partner's coming with me. He plays guitar in my show as well, and that's it. Yeah, I don't know if there's anything else I can say really.
That's brilliant. I love your punk spirit, punk and opera meeting.
Well, I'm such a rebel. I do not follow any rules. I don't need to. I follow my own intuition. I don't need to be told what to do. So yeah, I do it my way.
Can't wait. Thanks for coming. It'll be good to have you with us.
Thank you.
Nemo, good to see you here. I loved I think you did a song or two at the Mendips gathering that we did, and yeah, it was quite brilliant to hear you perform. How are things since then?
Thank you. Yeah, things are fine. Can you hear me all right?
Yep.
Yeah. There it is. Yes, things are fine. Yes, I mean, yeah, I'm going to sing. I've just done a new album, or EP rather, a couple of months ago, called "You Can Be an Anarchist Too." I'm my interest really, the thing I'm more excited to talk about. I mean, I'll be singing, and I love singing. That's my main form of expression, and also way of kind of expressing my philosophy, which is actually, I suppose, the other thing that I'm hoping to present, but I'm not sure exactly how that's going to work, because I don't think I've got an actual booked slot. Actually, I still don't know when I'm singing either. Not sure where that info is, but in terms of yeah, natural law is my passion. That's kind of what I tend to sing about as well now. But I'm hoping to offer a talk, which is a kind of, I've done before, which is a sort of it's really through questions, and it's about trying to get to the bottom of what's the most important things are for us to engage our capacity for reason with, and how we can actually find deep solutions to the causes of all the terrible effects that we see around us. So the actual prime causes, that's in my understanding, that's through an understanding of natural law. So that's the subject that I'm not just passionate about, but vociferous and somewhat well, determined to sort of keep on going on about, because it's a very challenging topic actually. It's very, so it's an invitation. The invitation for that talk, if I'm able to do it, is to question people about what's really important, and to try and help to get for people to actually start to unearth some uproot deeply held conditioning, basically, which keeps us enslaved. That's ultimately what it's about. So that's the sort of talk, and the songs are just songs, and they're hopefully good fun, as well as conveying some of that philosophical outlook.
Thank you. Yeah, I've just looked at the
Yes.
schedule. I posted another link to the schedule. You may have missed it.
In the chat here.
It's in the chat. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
In fact, you're on the Friday at the moment. 20:50 to 21:30 Friday in the Duchy. Before
Okay.
you doing it, and afterwards there'll be Lost Chimes. So that's going to be quite a great evening of live music. In
Brilliant.
terms of your talk,
Mm.
we have on Sunday we have an hour and a half of open space,
Mhm.
which is 10 o'clock to 11:30. So that'll be an opportunity for anyone who haven't been able to slot in a definite session to post up that they'd like to talk and select a venue, and do your own thing, and people will vote with their feet to whatever
Yeah.
they want to. So that's one of the features we've had at Campout for the last few years, and it's quite popular. Sirius Jones has just appeared. How are you doing, Mr. Jones?
I'm not too bad, Pete. How are you?
I'm pretty good.
Everybody,
Yeah.
good evening. I finally discovered how to use the video by just accident, I suppose. I was wondering why it was like a black sort of space there with Sirius written across it. And I was sort of thinking, right, make sure, Ian, when you go about this, don't press any button that's likely to mean that you go back to square one. So I finally worked it out. I got the little line up down the bottom there, and it said video. It's actually said video camera, but anyhow, it's working now. Everybody all right? Yeah, good. Okay. So what am I doing at Campout this year? Well, I'll be sat up at the entrance to the gathering, making sure that everybody parks their vehicles correctly in a nice, neat, orderly fashion, which creates space. So, in fact, we can co-create space together by making sure, as I said, everything's parked neatly and tidily. We'll make some more space, and then I can make a little video. And next time I go for another job, I can say, look, this is what I organised at Campout, along with at least one other helper. As for the music, well, I got a couple of sessions, one on the Thursday and one on the Saturday, and be doing more or less the same as last year, going through my albums, collection of 12-inch and 7-inch records, a lot of which will be familiar to people, a lot of which will be familiar to people they haven't heard for a while, that sort of thing. That's what I'm going to be doing, and making sure that you all get to dance. Thank you.
Thank you. I was saying you're good at creating space in the car park, but there aren't that many spaces on the dance floor when you play. So I'm looking forward to some shapes.
Really good.
Yeah. Thank you very much. And we've got loads of other great music. A lot of people who aren't here. Bruce Bickerton, Elucidation, well known to Big Chill supporters. We've got Colin Constantine from Zion Train. He used to be in Zion Train. Now a dub elder, I think he calls himself. And Ella, who was our event manager, is doing a DJ set this year as well. And yeah, have a look at the program. Who next? Louise, you're going back to movement. Do you want to talk about your session?
Yeah, hello. Yeah, I'm new as well. Yeah, so my session is called Somatic Movement. The actual title of the kind of method that I use is called Somatic Activated Healing, which includes movement with some ecstatic dance, breathing, mantra, and standing meditation. So I kind of curate a session with a title, which I've yet to decide at the moment. But yeah, it sort of takes us on a bit of a journey. The idea behind it is that it's a trauma-informed practice, that we all have trauma and emotions that are stuck inside of our bodies that we haven't released, and that we don't even know is kind of holding us back sometimes. So this method is a body-up approach to move and release these emotions fairly gently. You can have emotions come up. It can be joyful, you can cry, you might not have any emotions come up, but I've found that it's an amazing way to release emotions, which is a nice kind of contrast to therapy or getting in your head about trauma and talking about stuff. Having seen that doesn't work for a lot of people, this is an amazing way of not having to go into the story, really. And yeah, so it's a lot of movement, and yeah, a bit of ecstatic dance to music. So yeah, embodied and hopefully having a bit of a release as well.
Thank you very much. Looking forward to meeting you. So it's Jessica is the last remaining person here. Good to see you. How are you?
I'm really well. It's good to see you too. And I'm really excited to come to Campout again because I loved it last year. I'm going to be making a fire ceremony, a shamanic fire ceremony. And maybe, I don't know if you all came, I don't know who came last year, but we're going to create a fire together. So the idea is we make a fire in community, so it brings us all together. And it's an opportunity to put something on the fire. So it can be something that's getting in the way of your life. And I'll talk, when I'm telling you how to make the fire, I'll talk to you about what that could be. So it's issues, things that are getting in the way of your life, stories you're telling yourself, maybe dreams that you have. So with the fire, we're always working, trying to find balance. So to find stillness in chaos. And I will also call in sacred space. So when we call in sacred space, I'm calling in all of the elements that create life on Earth. So we're working with the idea that we're part of everything. And what else? Fire, well, for me, fire is my favorite thing. I love it. And I think lots of people do. And you'll learn how to make your own fires. And in the tradition I follow of shamanism, it's a really quick way of transforming energy. And you could think of energy as emotions. It can be other things as well, but it's a way of releasing hucha, so heavy energy. So we work with the idea that we are aiming to become more lighter in our bodies. And so we release the heavy energy to the fire, and it's a quick way of transformation. And we also work with it. We all have heavy energy and we all have light energy, and it's all okay. Well, oh, and I'm also going to be keeping the fire going for the whole weekend, which I haven't done before. And I'm feeling really excited about that opportunity because, well, I feel like I'll be at the fire quite a lot. And then I was thinking, I might say if people want to know any more about shamanism, like there's a very simple process I can teach people, a sand painting. So I just thought I might offer to teach that to people who come to fire. And it's a really great way of resolving and working with your issues without having a therapist. So if you can't go to someone, so it's really self-empowering. And a lot of what I'm teaching and what I do in my life is about self-empowering people, giving people tools so that they can help themselves, so that they get more in their body and yeah, more in your intuition. Yeah. So, and so I'm looking forward to it and keeping the fire going. It's a challenge.
Thank you.
A good challenge.
I don't know if you saw, do you follow Zach Bush at all? But
Oh, yeah.
Instagram, he did a really interesting thing about campfires last week, where he was talking about campfires activating the stem cells in our bodies and turning them on. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did see that. And it's brilliant because it's what I meant. I think that there's something about the light of fire. It's like some people say, like, it's really good to have that kind of light before you go to sleep. So not your phone light, but have like natural firelight. Yeah, and there's something about sitting around a fire, isn't there? Like it's in the shamanic tradition, we always say your place is held open at fire, like it's been waiting for you, and you step in and you're all welcome at fire, which I really like. There's a sort of probably a memory in our DNA of sitting around fires.
Great. So does anybody have any points they want to raise or questions for anyone who they've heard speaking, or general questions about the event? Please raise a digital or a manual hand.
Yeah. There was one thing I didn't say that I'm thinking of doing in my workshop that is a new thing, because who was it said that they were a yoga teacher? Lizi. No, she's gone as well. Who was a yoga teacher in her day job?
That was Miranda.
She's gone, right?
Yeah.
Oh, well. My day job for 20 years was a homeopath. I was a homeopath for 20 years. And finally, my last client left after 20 years a few weeks ago. And it's just opened up a whole new thing of bringing in homeopathy into family constellations. So that's my next step. And I might experiment something at my workshop. Yeah, I've been doing a bit of that in my workshops, and it's quite exciting for me. Don't know if it is for anyone else, but we'll see. Just wanted to add that.
Great, thank you. A couple of people who aren't officially contributors, but they contribute in all sorts of other ways. Simon and John, do you want to say hello, Simon?
Is that me?
Hello. No, me.
Oh, sorry.
Hello.
No.
This will be my fourth camp out. I can't believe it. Yeah.
Lots of furniture.
I hope not. No, but yeah, no, it's been a great journey, and I think those who haven't been to Three Pools, I think your retreat is definitely the best venue that we've had so far, compared with other ones. It's just a great 3-4 days. So those who haven't been before, yeah, look forward to it. You'll enjoy it.
Thank you. And John, do you want to say hello?
Is that me?
It is you.
Oh, hello. Hi. Yeah, the weird thing is it's got user on this, but it's a completely different computer. It's done user again. My name isn't usually user, except when I'm dealing with Campfire Convention for some reason. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Good evening, John.
Hello. Hi, Alice.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm okay. I'm trying to make some space for this festival. I'm trying to come along. I'm not quite sure if I can yet, but I thought I'd come to this and whet my appetite, etc.
Are you going to Green Man again this year afterwards?
I'm that's part of my working on. Hopefully, yes, but it's
okay.
not
Well,
certain.
expect me to give you a lift then. I'll be there.
Brilliant. Thank you very much.
All right. So I've got your name right now. Blimey.
Indeed.
I've been calling.
Also known as Doc on Facebook, I believe.
Indeed.
I won't give away your total identity, John.
Fair enough.
But yeah, I think you were the last crew to leave at least 2 of our events. You were there picking up the very last bit of litter. Not that we get much of it, but
no, it's very clean.
Yeah. So, anything else anyone wants to bring up? And we'll be all finished within an hour. Poppy, yeah.
Sorry, big mouth. I just was wondering. Last year, there was someone here talking about food. What is there? Is there going to be food this year?
There is going to be. Yeah, Three Pools are doing all the food themselves, which they've insisted on now. Within the next few days, we should be getting a sample menu to put up on the FAQs page. Campout.live has got a new revamped FAQs page if you want to have a look. We'll be adding that in there. We've also got a juice bar. Asterix, who came last year and did extra food, is coming just to do a juice bar. And there's a new coffee bar that Three Pools have set up, which does cakes and snacks and things, which is in the ruins, which is very close to the lawn.
Great, thanks.
Simon.
Yeah, are we having the same arrangements for the swimming in the lake this year?
Yep, there'll be a different sauna coming in, and full details of that will go up in the next few days. that similar arrangements to last year in terms of hours, that's for sure.
Because it would be nice to have perhaps a bit more time to use the pool, the lake, rather than having to do it just only when the people are having the sauna.
Yeah,
I hear that there's health and safety rich stuff and whatever.
Yeah, it's also the hours that the people running the sauna are able to put in, really. So that's the other consideration.
Okay.
And let's hope for similar weather to last year.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to call this meeting to a close. Thank you, everyone, for turning up. And
Thanks very much.
Not long to go now. Please share any flyers or links amongst your friends. Really look forward to seeing you there. And thanks for coming along tonight.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
See you soon.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye now. Miss you already.
Bye bye.